Alright, once again, this is the official spoilery video for The Dark Knight Rises.
Official?
Yes, official.
The only one.
You can leave.
Official Critic Carter.
Yeah, well,
There you
obviously.
go.
The official Critic Carter spoilery video for The Dark Knight Rises. We're going to be talking about some things that happen later on in the film. So don't watch this. Don't get past this point when I'm talking and giving this incredibly long introduction until you've seen the film.
I feel like I should leave.
Really?
I don't know. I feel like I might actually see the movie. I saw the first one, so.
Well, you gotta see the second one. Okay.
Convincing, huh?
Yeah, apparently. Apparently I was very good with that, so. Cillian Murphy. Cillian Murphy played the Scarecrow as, one of the main villains in Batman Begins and had a small part in the opening of Dark Knight. And they brought him back for a third time. I thought that was a bit much. Like, those scenes didn't really add to the movie, and having him in particular be the judge didn't really make any sense versus any other random person that works for Bane.
Yeah.
I understand wanting to tie the trilogy together, but I don't think that necessarily helped.
No, and it didn't, calling him back didn't help the movie. And,
Right.
it was just you're right, just a nod to the first
It's,
movie.
oh, let's have this moment where the entire audience will gasp because they realize that's Jonathan Crane.
Right, right.
As I said, Bane's a terrorist. This version of Bane is a terrorist. Bane has a nuclear weapon. And of course you get your traditional, race against the clock countdown scene at the very end of the film. He hooks up the bomb to the bat. He's flying away from Gotham. Fast, fast, fast. As fast as he can go. You see the countdown timer going. And then, because, this is a wonderful, smart idea, you have John Blake, I think it is, turn to look at the explosion after he hears it, because the bomb goes off. He hears it, so he turns, right? Because, he wants to be able to not see ever again for the rest of his life. And you see, big old mushroom cloud out in the bay. Possibly not too far from Gotham for everybody to not get cancer, but let's ignore that part for a moment. You would think at this point that Batman is dead because he was, as far as anybody seems to think, directly over the top of an atomic bomb that exploded.
Right.
One of the final scenes of the movie is Alfred in Florence ordering his fancy drink. Over at the table, he looks at the table, he sees Bruce, he sees Selina Kyle. And I'm looking at it, and my first thought is, that man should be dead because he was involved in an atomic explosion. So, there's that. But not even the death and resurrection of Batman, which is what I'm calling this, is as egregious a thing to me as the next point that we're going to be bringing up. The final point for the spoiler video. Officer John Blake, an original creation of Christopher Nolan and his brother Jonathan for The Dark Knight Rises. John Blake is there and he's like, do I have it? Basically he asks if he has anything in the will. And the lady says no. And he says, oh, well, try my legal name. He doesn't say what his legal name is out loud. But, so she checks the list again. And she says, oh, that's a nice name. You should go by that. Something like that. That's a nice name. You should go by this instead. Robin. And just at that moment, I'm just completely losing my mind. I want to throw things at the screen. It's that bad.
Yeah, he got physically. I was there. I say he almost jumped up and went to the screen to attack it. In fury.
Because the whole I've been operating for the past 7 years with the information that both Chris Nolan and Christian Bale were completely against Batman's sidekick Robin ever appearing in this film.
But then when we looked up...
Yeah, but then I did double check the quotes and the sources. the original quote from Christian Bale, where he says that he would chain himself up somewhere if Robin were ever in the movies, turned out to be from a notoriously unreliable film site. And the quote from Chris Nolan includes the fact that he only ever thought Batman Begins would be a standalone film. He never really planned for a whole franchise. So when he said it's improbable that Robin would appear,
Yeah, that was the key.
and he
there.
specifically
Improbable.
distanced Robin from Dick Grayson, who is Robin in the comics. So there's that too, because he said Dick Grayson is an infant in a crib somewhere in Gotham while Batman Begins is going on. So having this other character of Robin John Blake is a whole other thing. And not only, it's not enough that they have this character of Robin John Blake, because it gets worse, if you can believe me. What it turns out that Robin John Blake has in Bruce Wayne's will are the coordinates to the Batcave. Think about this for a second, shall we, folks? Robin John Blake... I can't believe I keep saying that. I still don't believe the words every time they come out of my mouth.
RJB.
Yeah.
JGL is RJB.
There you go. JGL as RJB. He shows up in the Batcave, just like Bruce did that first time all those years ago. He's got that hook with the suit going in, crashing through the waterfall. And he looks in there, and he just sees everything, and he's walking through, and then the big pedestal comes up out of the ground, and the Batsuit pops out, and he just gives it this look, and then they just cut to black, and the credits start rolling, and it's like... If this franchise were to continue, we would get Joseph Gordon-Levitt wearing the Batsuit. And I want more than anything for Joseph Gordon-Levitt to wear the Batsuit. But I'm conflicted because this character, Robin John Blake, kind of goes against the continuity, and I just...
You're tearing me apart!
Like, as a comic book adaptation movie person, it kills me that this is the next guy to wear the Batsuit, and not some... The words cannot express the way that I felt when I saw that on the screen.
You were almost as animated as you were last night.
Yeah.
Last night you were even more visibly upset.